Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Finn here. Welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be giving you my Afcon 2020 Round 3 predictions. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is of course a big one as it is the final round of Afcon 2021 group stages. And as we know, this is of course where teams get decided whether they make it to the next round of the competition or whether they get knocked out. So it is of course a big match week to talk about and predict. And of course, once again, you guys seem to be loving these Afcon prediction videos, so I will keep it up. And of course, it is a major match week for some teams. Looking at some top nations with the likes of Algeria and Ghana, for example. Two teams that are tipped to maybe win the competition overall. If they don't win their next game in round 3 of the competition, they won't even make it out of the group. And that is terrifying to look at. So of course, some very big topics to talk about in this match week, so we're just going to jump into it straight away, which of course, guys, as I said, you guys seem to be enjoying the Afcon content I've been doing. So if you have been enjoying and you're not subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below to join the family, and of course hitting the like button. It always ends up helping. It shows that you enjoy the video. But jumping straight into my predictions, we start off this match week with Burkina Faso and Ethiopia. Now of course, by the time this video comes out, I'm hoping it's not by that stage, but this game might already have been played. Of course, I'm a bit rushed for time. I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to get a bunch of other videos out, so hopefully this comes out before round 3 starts. But either way, looking at Burkina Faso versus Ethiopia, there is no way in my mind that I just can't give Burkina Faso a win. Looking at them, they've just been a lot more convincing than Ethiopia. Obviously, Burkina Faso losing the likes of Bertrand Traoré, that is never a good thing, but the fact that they still looked relatively good versus Cape Verde in their previous game, obviously looking at them, I don't think they look bad versus Cameroon, even though they ended up getting a loss. So I would definitely say that Burkina Faso had some redeeming features. Where if I look at Ethiopia, I'm sorry Ethiopia, I can't say the same about you guys. Obviously, you got that red card and defensively were in shambles in your first game. Obviously, your previous game, you lost by 4 goals to Cameroon. As I said, there's just no redeeming factors where I've at least seen some things from Burkina Faso. So I'm sorry, I think Burkina Faso will take this one, and my player to watch is going to be a man by the name of Verde. I think that's how you pronounce it. He scored in the previous game for Burkina Faso. He is the Croatian striker or attacker, depending where you want to play him in that front 3. He's done really well in the league stage, in the domestic league so far this season. And as I said, he did make the difference in their previous game. I do feel like he is going to be the most convincing for Burkina Faso, and I do think they will end up getting a win. Moving on to game number 2, we've got Cape Verde and Cameroon. Now once again, not going to spend too much time on this one. I think it is very obvious that I think Cameroon should win this one comfortably. One of maybe 3 teams that I think could genuinely win this competition. Once again, I haven't been disappointed with them so far. I think obviously their opening game, they got 2 penalties. People were talking about, can they actually score from open play? And they did just that in their previous game versus Ethiopia, scoring 4 goals. Once again, defensively, very solid. It took them a while to settle, but they are now looking solid at the back. Attacking wise, they are creating the right opportunities. They are being clinical. They have really stepped up. Where if you look at Cape Verde, once again, I don't think Cape Verde have been bad whatsoever. It's just the fact that they're going against Cameroon. I have to give Cameroon this one. So a 3-0 win, and my player to watch, it has to be Vincent Aboubakar. Obviously 4 goals in the competition in 2 games, the top goal scorer in the competition at the moment. I mean, that man has been absolutely brilliant. And I now see he's turned into the new Jesse Lingard meme, where although he's like 30 years old, everyone's calling him the new wonder kid. They'll achieve so much. I don't know. Wonder how long that trend's going to last. But definitely my player to watch. Moving on, we've got Malawi versus Senegal. Now, yes, I know statistically, looking here, there's a loss and a win for Malawi and a win and a draw for Senegal. That might lead people into thinking that Senegal is by far the better team. Well, look, Senegal are missing a lot of key players for this competition, and it's not going to be that easy. I mean, Senegal, their previous game, they obviously drew to Guinea, which you would expect a better result. And obviously versus Malawi or versus Zimbabwe, they only got a win in the 97th minute with a penalty. Senegal need to step up a level. They are not where they need to be in this competition. Looking at Malawi, I've definitely seen some impressive performances. Obviously, the Orlando Pirates striker ended up netting 2 goals past Zimbabwe in the previous game. I think this is going to be a very, very close game. Also, Malawi's goalkeeper has definitely impressed me at points this competition. But looking at these two teams, I think I am going to give it to Senegal. I am going to give it a 1-0 win just because Senegal, I think it's absolutely crucial that they get this result. As I said, once again, not competing at the level where they should be, but I still think they've got star players, and my man to watch will be Sadio Mane. Once again, a top quality player. You can tell that at the level he plays, obviously crucial for Liverpool. I've mentioned that many times, but once again, you just see his quality on the pitch and on the ball for the Senegalese national team. I do think that there are a bunch of other players that have been shining. I think Koyata has been really, really decent. I think when Idrissa Gueye has been playing, he's been really, really good. But I do think going forward, the man who will make the difference has to be good old Sadio Mane. Now moving on, we've got Zimbabwe versus Guinea. Now, I like Zimbabwe, but unfortunately, they are missing some big players this competition. They haven't been putting out performances that you would hope to see from them. And looking at Guinea, of course, undefeated so far in the competition, it's just looking really, really good towards them. And I have to give them a 1-0 win. They're just looking more convincing at the moment, which, by the way, guys, I can hear a dog barking down the street. I hope it doesn't pick up on the microphone. But yeah, looking at Zimbabwe, as I said, missing some brilliant players. Looking at Guinea, once again, they've had some really, really good performances. I think going forward, attacking wise, they're looking good. I think on the counter attack, that is where they really seem to be dominating most teams. The way they get forward, the way they're defending backwards. I just think overall their quality of play has been excellent this competition. I have to give them the win. And in terms of a player to watch, once again, I'm kind of struggling with this one, but I think I might go for Naby Keita. We know his ability on the ball, obviously for Liverpool. Maybe not the signing that they hoped for, but definitely on his day when he's hitting quality is a difference maker. Moving on, we've got Gabon versus Morocco. Now, what a weird scenario we are in here. Gabon, a team that is missing so many of its world-class players, because obviously the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is suffering with a heart problem due to COVID, which hopefully he recovers from soon. But of course, Gabon missing some key players, but a win and a draw, not bad. Gabon have definitely surprised me this competition. They've been much more impressive than I thought they would. And looking at Morocco, 2 wins in a row. It's going to be a very entertaining match, but the reason I think it's so entertaining is because looking at these 4 teams right here on screen between Ghana, Comoros, Gabon and Morocco, if Gabon get a single point against Morocco, if they get even a draw, Ghana are out of the competition. The Black Stars are out of the competition. Your Thomas Partey, your Andre Ayew, your Jordan Ayew, all of those terrific players gone, which is mental to think about. So of course this game has a big impact on this game. Of course that's going to happen in round 3, but looking at Gabon versus Morocco, look, do I think Gabon could get a draw? Yes, I 100% think so. Obviously, they ended up getting that late equalizer versus Ghana. Things got ugly. There was a fight. We won't dive too far into it. But looking at Gabon versus Morocco, I don't know if I see them getting a win. I could genuinely see them getting a draw. And the reason I say that is because looking at Morocco, I think Morocco have pretty much already won the group. I don't think they're going to play their best players. They've won their 2 games so far this competition. I might give them the win, although as I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up being a draw. As I said, I've just seen more quality from Morocco this season. I think their goalkeeper has been brilliant, the Sevilla goalkeeper, although they are missing some big stars this competition as well. Once again, they've just been really, really good quality. And in terms of a player to watch, I'm going to go for the likes of Amala. I think that's how you pronounce it. The midfielder got a goal and an assist in the previous game. Obviously was a huge part in that 2-0 win versus Comoros. Once again, Morocco, brilliant squad overall, and I do expect them to win. Now, in terms of the next game, Ghana versus Comoros. Now, of course, Ghana need to give it their all. They need a win. They can't get anything less than a win in this game if they want to advance, and it would be a shame if they didn't, because once again, they've got a brilliant squad. A lot has been expected of them, and I can see a win for Ghana, to be honest. Once again, not a super convincing win. A 1-0 win, could be a 2-0 win, but once again, being very, very disappointing. I think this is some of the most disappointing football I've seen from them in a while. But of course, looking at Ghana, as I said, they've got the quality in their team. Comoros, even versus a very weak Gabon team, ended up getting a loss. As I said, 2 losses in a row on the attacking front. I haven't seen anything from them. So yeah, I do think Ghana will end up getting a win. And my player to watch, it's a man I've just mentioned in Andre Ayew. Once again, absolutely brilliant striker. He's doing really, really well domestically. Obviously, attacking-wise, I'll definitely say that he's been their most promising player going forward. So if any man is going to win points for Ghana and take them to the next level, it is Andre Ayew. Moving on, we've got Guinea-Bissau versus Nigeria. Now, guys, once again, this has nothing to do with Guinea-Bissau, but I have to give Nigeria a very comfortable 3-0 win. Once again, Guinea-Bissau have not been bad. I think I've definitely seen some very promising moments from them. I've seen some different structures, but unfortunately, defensively, I feel like they crumble. I feel like when teams go against Guinea-Bissau, they really struggle defensively. I think I saw that versus Egypt, although obviously Guinea-Bissau didn't look too bad at the end of the day. Guinea-Bissau, I just feel like defensively, there's no structure. They leave wide pockets in the back, and versus a team like Nigeria who's got so much pace and so much attacking quality, I can only feel Guinea-Bissau unfortunately getting dominated. As I said, Nigeria have been top quality, and along with the likes of Cameroon, I would say those are probably the 2 favorites to win the competition from what I've seen so far. So yes, I think Nigeria will get a win. I think their goalkeeper's been brilliant. I've seen really good defensive moments, midfield moments, absolutely everything is looking good about the Super Eagles. So in terms of the player to watch, it's going to be tricky, but I'm going to go for the likes of Moses Simon, obviously the Nantes or the French league winger, obviously been doing very, very well domestically as well. One of the top assist makers in the French league, obviously got a goal and an assist in their previous win. I can only see Nigeria winning this one, and I think Moses will be the player to watch. As I said, Nigeria, compared to some other teams, they just have so much quality all over the pitch, and even in terms of squad depth, they just seem to have no rivals in terms of other nations. They just seem to be so top class. Moving on, we've got Egypt versus Sudan. Now, of course, Egypt, it is crucial that they don't lose versus Sudan because, yeah, they will be out. Looking at Sudan, they've got a draw and a loss. Once again, looking at Sudan, they've got their promising moments from time to time. I've seen promising moments from their goalkeeper position. I've seen some promising moments in attack, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't quite say that they're the finished product. I just see a bit too much sloppiness from them. If you compare them to Egypt, I think Egypt could have won by a lot more in their previous game versus Guinea-Bissau. I feel like they were wasteful from time to time though, but as we know, Egypt, a top quality team, defensively can be very, very solid, and I would say, unfortunately, in my opinion, Egypt seem to be slightly, I've said this in all the games by the way, but they seem to be slightly too dependent on Mo Salah. I think in terms of the best passes and created chances, Mo Salah created those in their previous game in terms of scoring the goal. Obviously, Mo Salah scored that goal. So I do think Egypt are slightly too dependent at the moment on Salah and the performances he's had. But once again, if that carries you through, that carries you through. And I think that's what will happen versus Sudan. I think it will be a 1-0 win, and my player to watch will be the Egyptian King. Moving on, we've got Sierra Leone, aka the Giant Slayers, versus Equatorial Guinea. Now, once again, Equatorial Guinea has definitely impressed me so far this competition. Obviously, recently just got the result versus Algeria. They ended up getting a win, which is of course huge for them because Algeria, the current holders of the Afcon trophy, if they don't win their next game, they're out of the competition, and their next game is versus Ivory Coast. So lots of pressure on Algeria at the moment. But looking at Sierra Leone, a draw versus Algeria and a draw versus Ivory Coast. I think even if they end up third in their group somehow, they'll be one of the best points third teams and they'll still advance. But Sierra Leone has definitely proved me wrong. I think I'll end up doing an individual video on them sometime soon. But once again, they've just been so impressive. Their goalkeeper has been second to none. Their goalkeeper is going to be my man to watch. Obviously, was the man of the match versus Algeria. I think Ivory versus Ivory Coast, he was absolutely brilliant. Obviously, stopped a penalty, had some crucial saves. Obviously, Sierra Leone has definitely impressed me. Definitely took their chances, although Ivory Coast made a very late mistake and messed up. That's how they got that equalizer, because of a goalkeeper mistake, which was really embarrassing. But at the end of the day, points are points. Sierra Leone has done very, very well. And versus Equatorial Guinea, I can definitely see them getting a 1-0, if not a 2-0 win. In fact, you know what? Because Equatorial Guinea did so well versus Algeria, I will give them a 2-1 win. Going to be very close, and as I said, said, goalkeeper to be the man to watch. Moving on, we've got Ivory Coast versus Algeria. Now, of course, as I said, this is absolutely massive. Algeria, if you don't win this, you're out of the competition. And this is by far your strongest opponent in this group. Obviously, as I said, coming into this competition, Ivory Coast have a star-studded team and their only weak spot is the goalkeeper position. And that was very obvious in their previous game. Obviously, nothing bad against him personally. I'm sure he's a brilliant man off the pitch. But Ivory Coast versus Algeria, I think this is an absolutely massive game, and although I'd love a comeback story for Algeria, I just don't see it happening. I've seen some brilliant performances, some brilliant stars for Algeria, but in terms of the final result, they just don't seem to be there. Where for Ivory Coast, they've just looked a lot more confident in terms of getting the results, a lot more reliable in terms of getting it. So I will give Ivory Coast a 2-1 win. As I said, absolutely brilliant squad. They absolutely took their chances in their previous game, and I think my player to watch is going to be Wilfried Zaha. Now, yes, although didn't score in the previous game, I think in terms of taking chances, in terms of shooting, in terms of creating chances for others, Wilfried Zaha, we know the quality he has on the pitch, whether he sets up a goal for someone like Sebastian Haller, whether he scores himself. I think Wilfried Zaha is such a key point for this Ivory Coast team, and he will be my player to watch. Now, heading into our final two games, we've got Gambia versus Tunisia, and we've also got Mali versus Mauritania. Now, of course, looking at Gambia, they haven't been bad this competition. A win and a draw. Once again, not quite confident results, but we haven't seen too many high-scoring games this competition. Looking at Tunisia, once again, a team I've got a lot of faith in at the moment. I think they're a top-quality team. I think it took a while for them to settle in. Obviously, their first game in this competition was a 1-0 loss to Mali, which I'm not going to say too many bad things because I think Mali is a top-quality team. But looking at Tunisia, once again, just over the years, I've seen a lot more from them. They've just beaten Mauritania 4-0. I think Tunisia has proven that they are in the competition and they are in the competition to stay. Although I really do like Gambia, once again, just something about Tunisia just screams win to me, and I think they could do it with a 2-0 win. As I said, I think it's probably because they ended up getting that 4-0 win in their previous game. And my player to watch is going to be Kazri. I think that's how you pronounce it. Obviously, their striker, I think he plays for Saint Etienne. Got 2 goals in the previous game, has been doing well once again in the domestic league. Once again, Tunisia, I think they're going to get the win. Now that moves us to our final game of the group stage, Mali versus Mauritania. Now, obviously, looking at Mali, once again, I've been so impressed with them on so many different stages. Look, both of their games that they ended up getting points from, the only 2 goals they've scored in this competition have been penalties. So it's not that promising. You would like them to score from open play, but obviously they capitalize on mistakes. Looking at Mauritania, in terms of defense, maybe unfortunately one of the worst defenses in this competition. And because of that, I am going to give Mali a 1-0 win. As I said, although their goals have been penalties, penalties are still goals, and they still win you points at the end of the day. So Mali were with a 1-0 win, and my player to watch, I'm going to go for the likes of Leone. Obviously their striker, once again, one of those doing very, very well in the domestic league, has scored both the penalties for Mali, so he seems to be very, very reliable, and I think he could be a difference maker in a fixture like this. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for my group stage predictions of Afcon 2021. Now, yes, I know I haven't gotten them 100% correct. I haven't gotten any of them 100% correct, and I won't get round 3 because that's football. Everything is so unpredictable. I think one of the best examples of that is obviously Senegal, of course, not doing super well. Obviously Algeria not doing super well. Football's a beautiful thing. It is unpredictable, but ladies and gentlemen, one thing that is not unpredictable, that is, if you subscribe to this channel, yes, I've somehow turned that into a segue, you will be provided with quality content. So of course, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below along with hitting that like button. Can we get the final group stage game of this competition? Can we get the final round to 20 likes on this video? I would really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your boy Finn, FYNN, and until next time, cheers.